we've got a game that we're going to do here for our opening segment when we talk about the matches, so that we're not just talking about the matches. But to explain that, we got Frenchie, our producer here of the show. What are we going to be doing?
Yeah, we're doing a version of our own hot potato type game. Basically, for every match, you guys have 5 minutes to talk. The first match is a test run, okay? No one gets eliminated. But the second match, the last person talking at 5 minutes will be eliminated for the third match conversation. And a third match conversation, the person who was last talking at 5 minutes will actually skip out 10 minutes from the Mary E. Wilson interview. So be sure you time yourself correctly because two people is going to get eliminated during this game, and one person definitely is going to be eliminated for the interview. So be careful, boys.
You're evil.
Yeah, and throw in the wrench. Oh, Frenchie, get back in here. Throw in the little wrench we decided right before we came on.
And we're not first time doing this game. We're not making it easy for the boys. Send in your questions. They have to juggle talking about the match and answering your questions. So if you want to make it hard for them, hey, bring on the question, baby. All right.
Yep. Looking forward to this. Well, we got about 50 seconds before we start here. Before we start, I want to take this moment to thank Dan the Goat Merle. That's his new name, Dan the Goat Merle, for bringing the points in against Josh the Merc Rayner in the Schmoedown Fantasy League. Thank you so much. I that's why I drafted you first, Dan, and thank you very much for those points. Hopefully, I won't hear anything else out of Josh until the next time he tries to beat me with whoever he picks against my amazing and marvelous roster. I take Dan on once a week for every week from now till the end of March, so that's going to be fun too. And I believe we are about to start. Are we not, Frenchie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's now 5 minutes.
Okay, go ahead. I'm going to yield this start.
Okay, so basically the first match of the week was the Intergeekdom match of Amaru Moses versus Jesse the Jackal Swift. Now, I honestly had never seen anything on these guys before, so I didn't really know what to expect. And it wasn't a high-scoring match like we were used to in the past, but it was still a very good match.
Yeah, they really performed above average according to the bell curve that I did.
We got a question or a comment.
Hey guys, it's Dagan. Just driving home from work right now, listening to you guys in the car. Man, those are some crazy matches yesterday. Just insanity. I wanted to present a scenario for you guys. So if Dan Merle beats Adam Collins in the title match, and it goes like 8 rounds of sudden death again, wouldn't the logical next step be an Iron Man match between those two? What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah, the logical step is the Iron Man match, but I don't know if they ever want to do those again.
No. You do not stop. You keep going round after round, hour after hour. If it takes 12 hours, dude, and you're into like the 130th round, dude, that's the game. Treat it like a, and I'm sorry to go back to the traditional sports comparison, but that's what I love about baseball. You're not playing a clock. You're playing each other. You're playing the other players. It ends when someone gets more points, when someone gets more runs. That would be amazing. That is an Iron Man match.
I would say that only if Dan Merle wins the belt and they treat it like who's going to win that rubber match.
That's the rubber match, yeah.
I think that's the only way that it will be an Iron Man match if they do it again. But if Adam Collins wins, then I think then maybe that it's. I wouldn't know what to go with.
But I would throw in a wrinkle in there. I would not make it 30 minutes. I would go full 1 hour Broadway.
I like my way. But back to Jesse Swift, I was surprised that he used a JTE on the first question.
Yeah.
I mean, using JT's the best of the best. Use them. I mean, Merle used, everybody does. But I was surprised on the first question. And and the dreams dark as of late question from Lord of the Rings, question 3 that he missed. I mean, I took an educated guess. I think he was flustered on that. I don't think that was one he was stumped on.
Okay, because I mean, he's never played before, has he?
No,
I mean, not in this league. I mean, has he ever done fan league stuff or anything?
I don't think so.
So yeah, that is possible. Very first match under the lights, sort of thing, right?
That's what I'm thinking on that specific one, because I don't know shit about, like, I would get the crap kicked out of me in Inner Geekdom and all in the fantasy stuff, but I mean, I knew that one, and I don't mean that as a slight at all, but I'm just saying, if he's definitely of higher caliber than me, he had, that had to be like a brain fart moment, man, and I felt that one for him, because I was like, man, that's gonna hurt in the end.
And okay, speaking of brain fart moments, the elephant of the whole entire match was Superman the motion picture. What do you guys think of that? Like, obviously, Koi should have challenged that. Why do you think he didn't?
I think maybe it was just a matter of confusion at the point, but I mean, maybe he just didn't think of it.
If it was any other manager, I would kind of lean towards that, but because it's Koi, because he is so steeped in comic book lore and especially comic book movies, I am shocked he did not challenge that.
Yeah, fair enough. I do like they were consistent though. They both missed question 6. I got my notes over here, guys. I'm fucking ready to rock and roll. And Swift used another JT on question 7. I have that in my notes. And I also have that he missed question 12. I don't know. I'm trying not talk because that's cheating, and we're gonna work that in somehow later. Where if you intentionally don't talk like Dan is doing, you automatically get booted out.
Now,
like you can't sit here and wait for someone to talk.
I want to add this when it comes to the challenge. PJ Campbell was on backstage this week, and he did say the reason why that answer was in.
Oh, okay, guys.
I'm not talking because you keep interrupting me, so I'm just
interrupt me back. We just had Soda was eliminated. Well, actually, that was the warm-up round. Frenchie.
Yeah, Lou. I took that one for the
That's how it's going to work. That's how it's going to work.
I had the opportunity to eliminate Soda. Obviously, I will. I just wanted to show you how it feels like. So the real round starts.
Oh, yeah, my heart's already beaten, baby.
And the real round starts whenever I wanted to start. So I'll remove myself and good luck.
Okay, so it starts now. But basically, the point I was making was PJ Campbell was on backstage this week, and he said the reason why that answer was that way is because apparently whoever wrote it confused that and Star Trek: The Motion Picture, which kind of, I don't know what the process is, but it makes me wonder if there fact checking for questions then.
There is, because we had Abby Friedel on our very first show, and she says that there is an editor that does fact check.
Yeah, that's something I wasn't aware of. So that is good to hear. So it just sounds like it's one that just slipped through the cracks. So I mean, what I really enjoyed most though was nobody really piled on to the writers for once for this.
Yeah, that was great. And sorry, but I'm gonna bulldoze all y'all motherfuckers. We're on match 2, man. We got to keep this moving. I love this, dude. I love this. As far as match 2, the question 2 was great. What Ray wanted to use to escape Jakku? Because I don't know if you guys caught it in the moment, but I caught it in the moment that most people would just automatically think the Millennium Falcon because that's what they use. Oh, I caught it, dude. I was like, no, that was the garbage ship. Yeah. I can't remember what it was called, but they were running to the other ship first.
Yeah,
that was a really written question.
Yeah, as a Star Wars fan, and I'm listening very closely to the Star Wars division, I instantly knew exactly what they meant. And it was not the Millennium Falcon, it was the quad. I can't remember what it is, but I remember what it was. I remember that. Because then the TIE fighters destroyed the ship. It's like, the garbage will do. And then
we got a comment here, everybody.
Yeah, I got to give mad props to PJ Campbell and the whole writing crew for these questions this season. They're on a whole nother level. I know some people were maybe complaining about the 5-pointer for Merle being too easy, but I didn't know what the fuck 7 pounds was. I never even heard of that movie. So, yeah, PJ and the writing team are crushing it this season.
Yes,
Yeah,
they.
so when it comes to that, see, I thought it was the movie Hitch because I'm not mistaken. Something similar happens to him in the
No,
movie
okay,
Hitch.
so he had an allergic reaction to shellfish, and
Yeah.
the woman went to the store to get ibuprofen. I
Yeah,
have heard of
what
7
movie it
pounds.
was. I just thought it was called 3 Pounds. So
No.
I would have got that wrong.
But
I
I never seen the movie, so I wouldn't have known that answer.
Yeah. No, I just remembered him being like swollen face and stuff in Hitch. I just didn't remember how that was, and I've never seen 7 pounds.
I thought it was Hitch first, but then I'm like, no, it's not Hitch. He didn't die in the bathtub.
Yeah, I got a question for you guys though about in the wheel round for match 2. Marie spun Return of the Jedi, and that was her first spit. Her first. Did she look 100% confident to you in that pick, or did it look like she was eyeing some other stuff and was thinking about risking it?
I think she just got nervous because she didn't look sure 100%. And she probably got confused because Vader comes down and I think she just got confused. Maybe we can ask her that when we see her. But I think she just said Vader. I'm like, no, it's Palpatine. It's Palpatine.
Yeah, like, and technically she was right. Like, I guess for a long time he was overseeing it, but it is a line in the movie pretty much where the master is coming to oversee the construction. Pretty much that is specifically mentioned in the movie.
Yeah, I was leaning toward Palpatine, but I still wasn't quite sure because it does kind of feel like Vader is there in order to oversee everything and make sure it goes down right. But I don't know. She did great in the overall match, dude. Every round, every question, she did really, really good. Very impressed.
Yeah, 100%. You could definitely tell that the Dragon Con experience definitely helped her in this, whereas maybe not so much with Jesse Swift because he's never played in front of the camera before.
Yeah, and I got a good look as to how these Dragon Con players are going to play and the extent of their knowledge, perhaps. Look at Dan. He's trying not to talk because he's watching the clock. That's cool. That's cool, baby. It was a great match. If I have to be the one that goes out because I ain't cheating like these motherfuckers over here.
Hey, I'm not cheating. I just don't know what I'm going to say. That's the problem.
Dude, there's plenty to say. I'm looking at my notes here. Saying he didn't like his first spin, so he respun on Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
That's one of my notes. There are 3 rounds in each match. That's also here in my notes. We got a Saved by the Bell.
So I've never watched any of these Dragon Con matches. Do you guys know if every question they get has multiple choice as an option? Because I was thinking that might be something to throw off some of these players this year because they're not used to answering choice.
I'm not sure. But I've never seen the Dragon Con players. So, I mean, I don't think they do because they have to be very specific.
And from everything I've heard about the Dragon Con questions, they are leaps and bounds harder than anything we'll ever see in the Schmoedown. So Jay is out. Okay.
Yeah. So the next match is the Marisol McKay with Vinny Mercutio. So personally, so I honestly I think Marisol McKay did what we've all seen her do consistently throughout the whole last season, where she is supposed to be in this league. She is made her stance that she is to be in this league, and she actually got 6 out of her 3 out of her 4 questions right. And had she gone to multiple choice, that would have made her a little bit better. But I think I forgot what her question was, but I think it was more of a. What do you think, Soda?
Well, I think she played good. I think they both played good, but I honestly don't think it was the best effort Miss Marisol has put forward yet.
True, but I mean,
and you could tell by the look on her face that she knew it wasn't her best match either.
True, but I mean.
And it's not saying it was a bad match. It's just
it wasn't a bad match.
Didn't quite live up to the hype.
Yeah, she definitely came back in the final round. I'm looking at my scoreboard. Yeah, she got all three of her questions in the final round. Vinny just kind of fell on his 2-pointer, got his 3-pointer, and just failed at that last moment. So,
Yeah. And even him, he played a good game. He managed to hold his own against Marisol McKee.
yeah, I think he did. It was better improvement over last season because
for
I
sure.
wasn't that impressed with him last season. But this season, it's like, okay, this was a little bit better. Obviously, his next match should be a lot better. I'm expecting a lot more from him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think Marisol McKee did a great job. Definitely deserves the win.
100%. And I think when it comes to Vinny, though, I also think that having Matt Winston as a manager, I think works better for him than it did Kate.
Yeah. And the fact that she actually got opponent's choice and landed on Middle Earth.
Yes.
I did not. I mean, I'm like, oh, this is going to hurt. But but she pulled it off. And I think had she gone to multiple choice with that first question or the question that she missed, I think she would have gotten at least some ground, gained some ground, and it would eventually she would actually been in the lead. Yeah, she would actually been in the lead going into the final round.
Yeah, when he chose Middle Earth, I was like, okay, now we're in for a show because we don't know a lot of her strengths. We don't know if Inner Geekdom categories are her strength. And yeah, she managed to actually do really, really good navigating her way through it. I mean, kudos to her. It's a tough Middle Earth is one of the tougher categories in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I mean for sure. I mean, I've seen all the films, and I'm like, how do you know all these things?
Right.
I've read even some of the books. I'm like, I don't even know all this stuff, and I like the Inner Geekdom division. Well, I even did the audition tape for Inner Geekdom, but I'm like, I'm so glad I'm not playing because I would be out immediately.
I'd have to say that is, in terms of Inner Geekdom categories, that is the densest category because there's so much exposition, it seems, in that movie that you really, really, really have to pay attention. Yeah, like I will freely admit, I fell asleep watching Fellowship in the Ring in theaters.
Well, I didn't. I thought it was interesting. And of course, I was there with my mom, and she's like, what, there's more? They didn't finish it? It's like, well, I mean, I didn't know what was going on.
And then years later, you show her the expanded edition. It's like, there's even more.
But luckily, we won't have to get questions from the expanded edition. So
yes, we do. There will be.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and, well, obviously, the next match would be Dan Murrell, but obviously we have to keep talking.
Yeah, we do have to keep talking. But, I mean, is there any idea who Marisol's next opponent's going to be?
I don't know. I think, well, obviously the schedule hasn't been updated yet, so...
better work the fuck out for Marisol McKee this season, man. She looks hungry. Oh, man. Really looking forward to see what she does next. Who would you guys like to see her face next? I was thinking the winner of Dan Murrell and Liz Shannon Miller would be a really good matchup, either of those two, for Marisol to play next.
I think you mean John Roca because Liz Shannon Miller's playing John Roca, not Dan Murrell.
I'd agree with that. Would like to see Marisol go up against one of the legends now because we do know she's a really, really great player. So, I mean, I think it's time maybe to put her up against one of the establishment.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, personally...
Roca and Liz Shannon Miller, the winner of that, not Murrell. Duh.
All right, he has corrected himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think either John Roca would be a good fit.
Oh, I survived. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened here. Wow.
You're on mute,
Yep. Dude, holy crap. Okay, so that was the first time of doing that game. My heart is still beating. I don't know about you guys, but I loved it. It was a rush. You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.